Here we are again. Anybody don't know what they're looking at here? You're looking at, familiar in the backside, it's a computer power supply. It's 250 watt. Nothing big. Give you an idea what you're looking at here. The ATV. Now, see, it's only a little 200. Yeah, it's 200 watt. I put the sticker on the back. Put felt pads right here on the bottoms. I painted it black. Here's the lid to it, and it's primered. I gotta sand it down, paint it, make it look somewhat decent. The thing I'm doing with this here is I've been using this for a couple months now as a power supply for 12 volt. I do a lot of car audio stuff, and you gotta test out the equipment before you put in someone's car. I learned my lesson on that one before. Somebody bought some refurbished crap, and that's what it was. It was crap. It didn't work. They tried to blame it on me, tried to make me pay for the stuff, but people wouldn't even take it in for a return. That tells you right there, you get ripped off. People won't even return it, you get ripped off. Anyway, I do all my testing now. I need something to test it out with. Before I was using this. This looks crazy. This is old school. This is a battery charger, jump box, and air compressor. You can plug up, charge your batteries, plugs right in the wall. Plus you got a little air compressor in here that's 12 volt. It's mostly what you guys use for your airbags. I got a little compressor in there. It's my little station. Wheel it around. Instead of using that and having to charge it up with the battery charge and all that crap, man, the hell with all that. I got me this. I'm not running big, giant fucking amplifiers or nothing like that with it. I'm not trying to run 10,000 watts off of it. I just need something just to test out the equipment, make sure everything works properly. Looks like a nightmare. It's a mess. I wanted to go ahead and get into the board here and solder in just one wire coming out for 12 volt, one wire for the 5 and the 3 volt, and then the grounds. But once you take it apart and you start looking in there, it ain't even worth the hassle trying to fight and get that damn 8 gauge in there. I was going to use 8 gauge, that way it could hold good current. But the hell with it. I just soldered me little alligator clips on the end. Works, ain't no problem. Works flawless. Like I said, I've been using it for a few months now. I got a couple old computers laying around, just needed something to work, 12 volts, so say what the hell. Started looking on YouTube, seeing everybody else doing this shit. So I jumped in on it. Mount my switch and everything. I just had it rigged up. I had it all kind of crazy looking stuff. Had RCAs and all kind of shit hanging out of it. Well, the main reason this video, take me a while to get to it. The main reason this video is if you take your soundboard, you got a little thing for your headphones, USB ports, microphone jack. I'll take it out so you can see here. Just screws, slides, screws in there, the cover panel. I took this out. And you can use this to charge your cell phone and stuff like that. Any kind of 5 volt, you get one of them goofy little amps for your computer. You need, signal and power. Well, you can use this. Like I said, I use this for testing out all kinds of anything. Anything that I can hook to this, I'll test. It don't matter if it's a 5 volt amp or 12 volt or what have you. If nobody's familiar with what I'm talking about here, I ain't got a little amp. Little fucking computer speakers I ripped apart. Stole the amp out of it. Left all the plugs still on it, so you know you can plug it right up. Plugs right up, no problem. Okay, and the thing is, I mounted the LED in here so I can tell when it's on. I gotta mount my switch to it yet, which I ain't got that far. But the main reason here is I'm gonna show you these plugs. They're in the computer. I don't want to show you which wires is which, because you know it took me a couple minutes here to cipher them out. I'm gonna attach this green wire right here in white. I'm gonna attach it to the other side of the board. That's gonna power my LED. But the main reason here is I had all this stuff. I had this gang of wires over here tied into it. Now you attach your wires to your plug here, and then you can plug it right up. Plugs right up. Okay, you unplug it, and then you can do what you gotta do. It's a lot easier that way. You just cut the heat shrink back some, which I've already done. Cut the heat shrink back a little bit, and it'll actually pull right off that wire. There's still some wire left in there, but that's the shield. This is a shielded cable, which I ain't need all that right now. And I'm going to take and use this just like it was for sound. Hook my RCA into it, which I got here. I actually had this soldered to the bottom of the damn board, and it was just a nightmare. It was a mess. It's hard to get it on where I had it mounted to this. I'm going to take and use this just for sound. I'm going to use this one for video. I don't know if it'll work yet. I'm still playing with it. I want to make a video, keep everybody updated, show people what you can do, be real creative with your stuff. You know, here's the other end of that plug. You hacked it off. If you look, you got 3 sets of wires to this plug. This one right here is for the audio. And you got 2 wires here. This is your power for the USB. Red and black. Red your 5 volt, black's your ground, and then your green and white in there, that's your information if you want to try hooking that shit up, which I ain't got no worries with that. I just want power. I'm going to use this one. Come to find out, one of these is left, one wire is actually left, and one wire is right. And then this one far on the end here is the mic. It's only got 3 wires for the mic. So I'm thinking I might be able to get away with hooking a video to that, so that I can really test out some stuff. All you need is a little RCA jack. Plug it into whatever. It'll plug into here, and then from here, if you're familiar with these little DVD players, you know, they already come with jacks. It's just for that stuff. But you can take a whole 1/4 inch, make your own. It ain't hard to do, make your own video cable out of it. Which is what I'm doing here, old sound one. That's all you gotta do. That's all it is. Ain't nothing real fancy. But give you an idea what you can do with it. I got lights. I got LEDs in here to light it up when it comes on. I got more LEDs for it. I painted it black. It looks pretty good when it's lit up at night and it glows in. Just blue inside there. But that's all you need. Just get your old computer that you're not using no more. Pull the power supply out. You got that main plug. Look for this green wire. It ain't hard at all. Look for the green wire on that main plug. I don't hack the shit. I don't even have it around no more to show you. Sorry about that. But you just take the plug, look for the green wire. And the one right next to the green wire should be a ground. It should be black. Attach it to the green wire, and then you're done. But I've noticed with some of these power supplies, when you touch the green wire and you go to short it out like you would with the switch, it'll come on and kick off. If you've already cut the plug off, don't cut the plug off right away until you actually get in there and start playing with it and learn how it works. So I'm going to show you a problem that you might encounter, and it might not work. With these orange wires, look for orange wire, and you will see that this one had a brown wire that ran with the orange one, and it attaches to the orange wire. You got to hook that up. You got to hook it to one of the orange wires, which is 3 volt. You hook it up to that, and that'll work. The one that I got here, when I short it out, it comes on. It works, no problem. Take the green wire, touch it to the ground, it comes on, it works. Some of these, I got another one that I actually have to have a load on it for it to actually come on. So some of these, if you're just taking wiring a LED or two, it'll come right on. Some of them need a load before they'll actually run. Luckily, this one don't need none of that shit. That's why I like this one. And I've noticed with these models, the ATVs, they seem to be a lot stronger as far as being able to play for a good amount of time. Cause I've actually had amp hooked to this. I had a CD player, an amp, a crossover network, which you may not be able to see. This is a crossover, 3-way crossover. I had an amplifier hooked to it and everything, and I was cranking it, and I didn't have no problems with it. It ran it. It was a little surprising to me. I figured it would die off, but it still played, and I didn't have no problem. Didn't cut off or nothing. If you really want a good power supply and you don't want to spend no money on, the one I'm trying to buy is damn near $300-400. It's a big 60 amp bastard. It's for running big stuff, which is what I'm into. I'm really into them subs, man. I can go on for days with speakers. You won't even know what the hell is going on. You come around here looking, I'll show you, man. I got fucking boxes and boxes. I fix all kind of electronics. There's old damn Fisher VCR. It's a oldie too, man. It's not even stereo. Imagine that. The only thing wrong with it is it needs belts. It still plays good. Flawless. All it needs is a couple belts. I got anything and everything around here that you could imagine. Crossovers, amps, speakers, radios, you name it, man, I got it. I don't steal it. It's just for me be doing this shit for so long, and I inherited most of it. This is what I'm using with this power supply, because this puts out audio and video. So if I need to test out a screen, most people would frown at this. You look at this, oh no, this is a $2,000 Clarion TV. Look it up, this was $2,000 back in this day at Crutchfield. It's all apart. Oh no, it's in pieces, wires are cut. Yeah, I did that. I'm fixing it, it's broke. This is what was in that guy's car, a refurbished piece of shit. Thought it was me. It wasn't me, it was that thing. That's why I say, before you put anything in anybody's car, test it out. Don't go by, oh, it was in my buddy's car, it played. No, I don't want to hear that. Okay? Test it out before you even put it in a car. And if they don't want to go through all that, tell them to go down the road and let somebody else have the headache. Believe me, I've been down the road. I don't even want to look down it no more. I ripped that bitch off the mat. I don't go down them roads no more. You test it out first. Use something like this. That's why I'm integrating this with that. It's a long ass video, I know. Dragging it on a little bit. I'm been sick, man. Goddamn sinus infection. I'm all doped up here on damn shit. But that's all you gotta do, man. Just take your time, make sure. Check 4 or 5 times to make sure that's the right wire. Don't check 1 or 2 times. Check 4 or 5 times. double, triple, quadruple check. Make sure the shit's right. It don't take long. Don't rush it. Just do what you gotta do, and you'll find out what all these pins go to, just like I did. Or if you got somewhat of a common sense here, you can pretty much look at the plug and see what the hell is what. That's how I got it all to work. But I just didn't have time and all that with kids and all, you know, and work. I just ain't had time to come back here and play with none of this stuff. The only time I get to do anything, you know, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Of course, if you've seen any of my other videos, sorry for the darkness and all on some of them. I mean, that's why they're dark like that, because it's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, man. It's the only time I get shit done. Well, that's all you gotta do. Get you one of these. Take the plug, just hack the bastard up. Both of these ends are the same. You won't get them mixed up, so you don't have to worry. Which end do I use? Don't worry about it. They're the freaking same, man. Don't have to have a panic attack. Just like I said, you know. Only thing left now is soldering the RCAs onto my wire here. Get the video wire. Once I already got that, just some cheap RCA I got laying around, you know, just use that. You don't need nothing fancy for this stuff. You don't need to take a $30 RCA and hack it up for that. Just something cheap. Even though I'd be ignorant and hack up a $30, $40 RCA and do something like that. But this will give you an idea what you can do with your power supply. Till the next video.